And we are live.
Hello.
Welcome everybody. I'm Danny and I'm Winnie's Benji. And today we are going to present to you the Guardians of CHSB number 3 Townhall.
Exactly. So with a similar concept as the last times, by now you should be used to what we're going to be talking about here. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
So, the statistics. So we received for this session 7,250 answers. Out of those numbers, we have 6,639 unique answers. So people maybe try to submit the form many times, either because they want to change the answer or they try to get, they thought they put their wrong email. We don't know, but we just took only one count of each emails in the form. The snapshot for this time was done the 4th of June, the 4th of not June, but July at 12:07. And we have 607 users who passed. So he just just passed, but are still eligible for the reward. So they're included in the 5,424 people who were just receiving the reward. I think it was 2 hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. So if you should all received it, yeah. Enormous limitations. So out of the people who answered the form, we have 14 people who tried their luck, but they were standard users. And we have a huge amount of 1,173 people who had fewer than the limitation that we put for this session to have 250 CHSB in their wallet, which is a huge amount. But yeah, unfortunately, they were not counted in the eligible user for the reward. And yeah, and in the end, we also have 25 users who were not found, unfortunately. Maybe because they type a bit too fast and they put like Gmail or we don't know, any variation of the Gmail or Hotmail. But unfortunately for this 25 users, we don't have the reward for them. So next time, if you are filling the form, just be extra cautious that you are having the right email put in, or if you have it on the app, because we are sending a notification and you fill it in the app, we have your ID normally. So that should be safe for you. So if you don't want safe way, just click on the notification that you receive within the app, fill in the form, and you should be good to go.
Perfect. And the graphs. What are those graphs?
And the graphs, yeah. So we have the repartition here on the right side of the people who participated, which are more likely the first question when you select your languages. So we have 54% of the people who voted who are French-speaking people, 33% who are English speakers, and the German people are 11%. And on the left side, you see the evolution and the repartition of the different premium tier within the app from July 2022 till to nowadays. So it's a 1 year span, right?
Yeah, correct. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Also, we can note that in the premiums that went down, the Genesis premiums have gone down a little bit, but the Generation premium have gone up. The Explorer premiums have gone down a little bit, and the Pioneer premium have gone up, and the Community premium have gone down a little bit. So actually, what we're seeing is that probably some Genesis premium users decided to go down to Generation instead, and some people from Community decided to go up to Premium to Pioneer, and then the rest decided to go out. So yeah, it's the first time that we see kind of this micmac, and the number actually going lower from 1 month to the other. But it's interesting to see. So now heading into the pot's current status. So A lot of people have requested more transparency regarding the situation of the pot. So as mentioned, we haven't been extremely transparent on how the pot was divided between CHSB and USDC. So we take USDC and we buy CHSB on the market. That's the concept of the protect. And then the choose is what we're doing here. And this you see the fruits of, but the protect part you don't see much. So what we're displaying on the website is that there's 3.4 million in that protect and choose pot. And the first thing that's super important to understand is that this is the amount that SwissBorg has injected into the protect and choose. It's not what it's worth today. So the current valuation of the pot isn't what we see on the website. What we see on the website is what SwissBorg has spent for the pot to be alive. So this means that the pot could be, for example, 1 million USDC and 5.3 million CHSB that we purchased at 45 cents. It could be 500,000 USDC and 9 million CHSB that we purchased at 0.3 cent, or 750,000 USDC and 6.6 million purchased at 40 cents. So you get the concept a little bit. It can be divided depending on if we bought CHSB and we're at a loss. Now, although we're not having the complete transparency of what has been purchased and when, we do know today how the pot stands, and currently in the protect and choose pot, or at least when we started, we had 1.85 million USDC and we had 9.1 million CHSB. That means that it was at an average price of 0.17, which shows that the treasury did a pretty good job at getting that CHSB low. If you take into consideration that it has been or was supposed to be bought for the last year, where CHSB was considerably higher than that 17 cents. But it also means that the current valuation of the pot is of $3,035,000. We've used 2.2 million CHSB, which means that right now we have 1.8 million USDC and 6.9 million CHSB. So this is good because it's much more than what we could have had if we had bought CHSB at a much higher rate. But the question that a lot of people want answered is, how are we going to convert that USDC into CHSB? And that wasn't transparent in the past, but we decided to override that decision and to actually bring some more transparency and consistency, because I love consistency, into the purchasing of CHSB. So we will be adding some buying pressure into the CHSB that is much more consistent than what we had in the past. We're going to be buying $125,000 worth of CHSB every quarter that will go directly in the protect and choose pool. And on top of that, we will be adding some CHSB depending on the new inflow that I'll explain right after this. But what's going to happen is that every quarter, we're going to be taking $125,000 and we're going to be converting it into CHSB, and then we'll be using that CHSB. So before all of you come here and calculate how many quarters we have remaining, I did the maths for you. So depending on the CHSB price, we'll have more or less protect and choose sessions that will be happening. If the CHSB goes higher, then as we already have 9 million CHSB, we'll be taking less of that 9 million every time we operate the choices. However, if the price stays the same, then we're using more CHSB every month. Therefore, the pool will go down quicker. So what we're counting on here is that the price of CHSB will be going up. But the good thing to note and to keep in mind is that we're increasing the buying pressure on CHSB by making it more consistent, slightly more predictable, but we're not going to be displaying exactly what we're doing and when, even if we're going to be offering more transparency. I'll get into the details of that. And it's going to hopefully bring more demand on CHSB, even if arguably it's artificial, it's still going to be more demand that is going to be there. And that's very good news. I put a little, for example, purposes here because these are numbers from predictions. I can't predict the future, so I don't know how many CHSB will be using in the next votes. But if we're doing predictions, this or the numbers on the right are what would be most accurate. But yeah, it's to be taken with a pinch of salt because these are obviously all estimates. Now, there is the question that's underlying is, how is the future of the POTS inflow going to happen? Now, I'm going to have to need a little bit more time to figure that one out, but I will be writing a blog article and I'll be publishing the results of that research, hopefully in the coming month. and it will be active starting in August. And what's going to be happening is that we'll take a percentage of SwissBorg's revenue and we'll be buying CHSB on that same month. So instead of keeping up and hoarding USDC and buying it at a time where it's completely unpredictable, we'll be every month consistently adding, depending on SwissBorg revenue, demand on CHSB, which means that we'll have that $125,000 that we have seen that will be going on for X quarters that are from the 1.8 million. And then on top of that, we'll have an extra inflow of USDC that we don't know the amount of right now, but I'll communicate that soon enough. That will also be converted into CHSB, adding a second layer of extra demand on the CHSB price. So I don't know how clear that was, but maybe it will require another listen. It's quite complicated stuff. But the thing that's to note here is that every month we'll be buying more CHSB on the market, and we'll be a lot more transparent over how much we've acquired and how we've acquired it. So with that announcement done, let's go straight into the details for this session.
Right. So first, let's see the result of the last session, where the reward were like within the three option, 44% for the reward or guardian's contribution, 21% for the safety net, and 34% for the burn.
No, I don't think that was updated.
That's for the second session, right?
Yeah, the smaller one on the bottom is.
Yeah. So that's why we have a way to compare with the last session. Yeah. So now you can see in the table on the bottom the actual results. So we are having for this session 625,000 CHSB as a pool size, which is equivalent of $93,750 US dollars. And the result is as follows. So we have 16% for the safety net, which is equivalent to 103,000 CHSB.
I would round it just to 100,000.
Yeah, just
just round it.
I rounded it, and I will just use the percentage. So 40% for the guardian's contribution, 25% for the burn, and for the new option that we have for this session, the SB Association, it's 18.14%, which is equivalent to 113,364.10 CHSB. So congrats to them for this one. I made the extra efforts just for
just to highlight them.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a few more explanation in the coming slides about what that is, but the details.
Yeah. I'm actually changing the slide on the wrong place, so but it's okay. Thanks for backing me up here. So we have for the safety net three. I'll just let you.
Yeah, let's just go around the numbers. So 375,000 CHSB plus the 103,000 that were allocated this session. We have roughly 480,000 CHSB into the safety net. Then here's an interesting one. That's something that I really had to think about. This session, only 157 CHSB went to the burn. So the number of comments that were made over the max cap for the burn are therefore being deconstructed, because right now the difference between the max cap and what has been chosen is only of 7,000 CHSB, which it's not that much for a program worth $3 million. But it's interesting to see, and we have conducted the burn. You have the transaction hash here. This is all on chain, so I'm really liking the transparency we're displaying here. And we have 241,000 CHSB that are pending to be burnt. And to remind everyone, these will likely be used, and they will be used to top up if ever in one of those sessions the amount that is burnt is lower than 150,000. Let's say in the vote number 5, you guys vote to burn 140,000 CHSB. Well, we will burn 150,000, and we will just take 10,000 from that to be burnt pool. This is how it's going to work. And indeed, it's just to try and really have this consistency. We want consistency in the buying pressure. We want consistency in the burning pressure. We want consistency in the rewards. And we really want this to be all predictable so that you can actually include it as a trustworthy utility. And we've distributed 251,000 CHSB. Likely a fair amount of those CHSB went to the people that are watching this video right now, so congrats.
So it means 60 people.
60 people that are live, but then some other people catch up when they're done with eating. This is a slide that everyone loves, but I don't know why I kept it there. You can self-verify by doing the multiplications if you want the whole process of how to do it. I'll let you watch the 2 first ones because I've done the whole explanation here. I don't think I'll bother everyone again with this. And then we get to the SwissBorg Association. So I don't know, Danny, if you want to talk a little bit about the Swissburg Association, but I put a screenshot from Juliana's here, which I thought was really well written and that we could highlight in this Guardian session so that people here understood what the association was about. So yeah, I'll just read it just in case it's a little bit too small. I think, yeah, on YouTube it's a little bit more blurry. So to give you an example of what the Swissborg Association would bring, with SwissBorg Mania, Julianas has helped directly over 1,500 people join the app. He imagines that many of them have also sponsored other people. Some were involved in the DAO and wanted to contribute more to the company than what you could do as a user or just using the app. So imagine you roll out a very French concept in several languages, like English, German, Italian, Spanish, Dutch. It's content by the community for the community. Just like Julianas does, he, for example, translates the powwow for every French speaker. And if someone did that in German, then it would help a lot of the German speakers to also understand everything that's happening inside the company. But this is content that takes time to do, that takes knowledge, and that isn't going to be free of charge all the time. So if there was an association that was there, this is one of the tasks that could be possible to create and to maintain with budget. And that budget they just got. So for example, he says that when the DAO ended, 90% of the community content was discontinued because without incentive and with a lackluster market, it's very difficult to continue actively being a voice or a community leader and partaking in the explanation of what the company is doing. Really being there and helping everyone else is something that takes time, and not that many people want or can even afford to do it for free. So now they'll be able to put something like that back on track, hopefully bring a lot of awareness and a lot of help to people that need it in the space, because crypto is not always a very intuitive and fun place to be in. And I'm very, very excited to see the work that they'll be delivering in the next, I think, months. I don't think that we'll have anything in these few weeks. Let's give them a little bit of time, and we'll see it, and we'll be happy once it happens. I think Danny agrees, even if he's quite silent here. So next time.
Next time, so what we'll be having, it's the 3 usual I'm super tired. You will have the 3 usual choices: reward or guardian's contribution, as we need to say, safety net, burn. But for the fourth option, you have here the QR code where you will be led to a page where you can submit your proposition. So as we had for the last session, the SwissBorg Association, you will be able to submit your project to the community, and our moderators will decide on which project that will be both the most complete, the most good to put in the next session. So maybe Guardian's cashback, deposit campaign, a thematic campaign maybe, or something else, as highlighted in the last session, Bench's Brewery.
No,
So
yes. So this is where I put this. I kind of went back on the ethics and the governance. I took the Benji's Brewery out of the voting options for the moderators. They could not vote the Benji Brewery in because it's just unrealistic. I don't have the knowledge. But yeah, for example, you could create a campaign, and I put some examples here. But for example, Guardian's cashback could be that we check the volume that you have in the app for the next month, and then we give a percentage that you allocate back to the people that generated the most volume. Or with the thematics, it could be something similar with the inflow or outflow or the AUM. It's really up to your creativity, and the best idea would get casted in and hopefully even make a difference. Mr. Bowie says that the type form is closed. I believe that...
Yeah, exactly. On the side note, only the first link on the page is working, is to submit your project on the Slido. The two other links, which are the type form and the link of the live stream, we'll add that a bit later. So I'll just put in the chat the link for those who cannot scan maybe the QR codes. So here the link, you can go there and submit your projects.
Exactly.
What's next? I think we have dates. So when will be the next edition? So the Guardians number 4 on the 5th of July, so meaning today, till the 10th. The Slido for the choice will be open. So you have roughly 5 days to submit your project and to build it and to submit to us. And then on the 12th, we will gather with the moderators so that we can choose the most complete one or the most appealing one. And then on the 18th of July, we'll open the type form so everybody can vote, and we'll include this project as a fourth option. And on the 30th of July, we will close the type form on Sunday, not midnight, but 11:59, I guess. Just it can create the confusion. Yeah, just in case. And the first week of August, we'll take the snapshots and announce also the result with the town hall as usual. Now we can say after 3 times, I guess we can call it a habit. And
yeah, we're relatively consistent on the dates. I think even we don't have that many questions in the chat, so that's pretty cool. It shows that either everyone understood everything or everyone understood nothing.
Or maybe everyone just gonna grab their calculators and try to check if they got airdrop the right amount.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I don't think that too much project will be done. The roadmap is thought and follow it will be enough for the end of the year. I'm not sure what Fabrice means by that, but okay. I don't know what to make of that comment. If you think
yes.
it's difficult. What do you want, Fabrice? But yeah, we shared the link. Type form is closed as normal. Cryptophile, yeah, if you are a French speaker, you can definitely refer to Phil et Junilas or the video and they did in the keynote, which is really good about the association. But yeah. No
otherwise, what do we have? Yeah, no. Okay, I got no airdrop and voted. So you can reach out to us on Discord. Yeah, exactly. DM, we should be pretty fast to answer, unless we're not.
No, generally we're quite reactive. But if you didn't have 250 CHSB at the time of snapshot, then that's the reason why. I think that the next session will also be 250, but I've mentioned in the keynote that we will be increasing this to 500 at some point during the year. So if you have more than 500 CHSB, you don't care about that threshold. But if you are below 500 CHSB, you'll want to maybe gradually get a little bit more CHSB just so that you're safe and you'll be getting your reward every month. And if you're trading CHSB like a few people have, you might want to try to stay over 500 CHSB so that you don't have to worry about missing the airdrop. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Pretty happy with our time here.
Yeah, we're quite efficient.
Perfect. So don't forget, if you have any ideas to what could be done with roughly 100,000 CHSB, that would be beneficial for you and also for SwissBorg. Put it into the Slido. and then we'll make sure that the best one gets cost in. If you have a super good idea that doesn't get cost in, feel free to put it back on the next vote in the next month, because our moderators will be doing that every month. We're giving them more work here. Sorry, guys. Does the locked CHSB in premium count? No, it does not count. Only the CHSB that you're currently holding counts, because that's the challenging one to keep. All right.
Any last words?
I think until next time is a good last word. So thank you so much for your attention, and until next time.
Bye.
Bye.